So this is kind of a part 2 video, what this proposed U.S. crypto bill means for Bitcoin and regulation. Clarity Act gains momentum again. So I just did a video back on Friday kind of talking about more XRP in the Clarity Act, kind of what that means. This is going to focus more on Bitcoin and kind of crypto as a whole. But it says the Clarity Act is regaining attention as lawmakers push for clear crypto regulations, with experts predicting the bill could pass by July 2026. Again, my previous video, it had kind of a quote from Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO at Ripple, saying he thinks it could pass as early as like the end of April. So we'll have to see. You have some experts saying July, Brad Garlinghouse saying April. Just in general, my hope is just 2026. In general, it comes out, passes this year, but we'll obviously just have to wait and see. But I just want to share this with you guys. If approved, the Clarity Act could attract institutional investors and boost crypto markets, but political challenges may still delay progress. So again, my personal thoughts and opinion is, this will bring in institutional investors that are kind of sitting on the sideline, these businesses that need more regulation, kind of security, and this will bring in that capital. Right now, that we aren't really getting a whole lot from just retail investors and these whales and some institutions that are in this will kind of bring hopefully the floodgates. How soon or how long it'll take, I don't know if this when this bill gets passed. I'm not really thinking it'll happen immediately. This capital won't just flood in immediately, and Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP and these cryptos will just go to the moon or anything crazy, but this does pave the way. But says what went wrong. Despite early optimism, the Clarity Act briefly lost momentum earlier this year. The turning point came when Brian Armstrong withdrew support for the legislation, arguing that parts of the proposal appeared to favor the traditional banking sector. The sudden criticism created uncertainty across the industry and raised concerns that the window for passing the bill in 2026 could close for a time. Many believe the proposal might stall entirely. But so it's gaining momentum. That's where it was the beginning of this year. There's still political challenges that remain. Even with renewed momentum, passing a standalone crypto bill in Washington remains difficult. Unlike other legislation, the Clarity Act cannot easily be attached to larger government spending bills without a bipartisan support. The proposal also faces criticism from lawmakers such as Elizabeth Warren, a vocal critic of the crypto industry. However, support from leaders like Chuck and Rubin could help move the bill forward in Congress. But meanwhile, the administration of Donald Trump has also become increasingly involved. Advisors such as David and Patrick are reportedly working to resolve key policy issues. So bull versus bear scenarios for crypto. If the Clarity Act passes, many analysts believe it could create a bullish environment for crypto by providing regulatory clarity that attracts institutional investors. I'm a part of that. I believe that. Clear rules could encourage banks, asset managers, and traditional finance firms to expand their crypto offerings. However, a bear scenario remains possible if political disagreements delay the bill or significantly alter its structure. Prolonged uncertainty could keep institutional capital cautious and slow adoption in the U.S. market. So I do believe that. It says right there, institutional capital could remain cautious if it doesn't get passed or, takes some time. And I think they are cautious right now, and they should be. Everyone, even retailers, you and me, should be cautious. But I do think there's that capital kind of sitting on the sidelines. Market analysts also note that regulatory developments often influence Bitcoin sentiment. So this is kind of the Bitcoin part. Crypto analyst Ted Pillows recently pointed out that Bitcoin slipping below 68,000 may trigger a retest of the 65 to 66,000 support zone unless it quickly reclaims the 70,000 level. Historically, major regulatory milestones have followed a buy the rumor, sell the news pattern, meaning markets often rally before major news announcements and consolidate afterwards. If the Clarity Act advances in the coming months, traders may once again position themselves ahead of the official decision. That's another thing I kind of do believe, because it happens a lot in crypto, is buy the rumor, sell the news. So this could be one of those things. Probably is. So be cautious, have a plan, stick with it. But I just wanted to share this article with you and share with you my thoughts and see, if we retest the 65 to 66 support zone, But usually money flows into Bitcoin first, and then it kind of trickles down, Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Solana, and altcoins, some meme coins, stuff like that usually. So if it gets past, I could see Bitcoin kind of first initially making a run, and then it trickling down to some altcoins. Because if we go over right now, Bitcoin is at that kind of 68,500, up a little bit on the 24, kind of basically flat on the 7-day. So I have to wait and see if it's going to slip below that 68,000 and maybe run up into the retest the 70 or higher, or if it falls below the 68 and retests the 65 or 66. We'll have to just wait and see. But yeah, it's at 68.5 right now. Ethereum over 2,000, XRP at 136, BNB now taking that 4th spot. This is cool. I never noticed this moving over here. But yeah, we'll just have to kind of wait and see what this means for crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, this Clarity Act, when it will pass, if it will be April, if it will be July, if it will be sometime just in 2026, or if it does get squashed or take some more time and still add some uncertainty and some fear and some caution for institutional capital. All these questions that we'll have to wait and see. I don't have any necessary prediction. I have what I believe and kind of want to happen, which is, again, I think it will pass in 2026 and hopefully sooner rather than later. And this will be a good thing for crypto and will help bring in institutional capital. But those are just my thoughts. So we'll obviously have to wait and see. Share your thoughts with me, share them below, and kind of with everyone, because everyone can see those comments down there. So let me know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts if you want to comment and see what you think about the Clarity Act or what it means for Bitcoin or Ethereum or XRP and crypto as a whole, whatever. Yeah, it kind of means for that. Your thoughts. Do you think it's going to pass? Do you not? Do you like the bill? Do you not? Stuff like that. I would be curious. But yeah, that's kind of it for this video. Another video on the Clarity Act and just seeing kind of what it means for crypto and what's going to happen. Because we don't know. That's the fun thing. This is scary and the fun thing. We don't know, but time will tell. But that's it for this video. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking around. Like I said, this is kind of part 2. If you want to watch the other video that kind of talks more specifically around XRP and the Clarity Act, you can go watch that on my channel. But like I said, let me know your thoughts. Get in a little discussion below so everyone else can see and we can kind of all see our ideas, what we're thinking, for the bill, against the bill, when it's going to happen, when it won't happen, why not, all these things. I would be very curious. So if you don't mind, sharing them down there. And yeah, just as always, thanks for giving me some of your time, and I'll maybe catch you on the next one. Peace.